Welcome to the Wolf's Den,
the podcast where passion,
hustle,
and collectibles collide.
We spotlight the leaders and innovators of the hobby, women entrepreneurs, female athletes, breaking barriers in sports, business, and collectibles space.
From rare finds to business insights, we bring you personal stories of perseverance, growth, and what's trending in today's industry. Whether you're a new collector or returning to the hobby or a leader forging their own path,
this is the Den, where the hustle never stops. Okay, episode 2 of the Wolf's Den. Let's get started.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. Sharon, so what's been on your mind since the first episode?
I'm excited about this segment, to be honest with you. I think it's a lot of the viewers could kind of gain a lot of knowledge about it, but it's also kind of like give them some insight how we invest on players, right? We usually talk about or debate about, who to buy, how to buy when we go in the show. We tell our team what players are we looking for, what are we buying. So right now, kind of like sneak peek of how we decide. Okay, so let's pick some of the trending topic right now. Obviously, WNBA. With the commissioner Kathy and Nafisa, what she just put out there. It's kind of explosive news.
Yeah, there's drama in the WNBA. I don't know. I think I was excited by this in terms of. My coworker came up to me and was like, "Oh my God, Nafisa threw the commissioner under the bus." Like the first thing he mentioned to me when I walked in the gym. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, what? And I hadn't even heard about it then. Then I had to go dive deep into like what happened. Was this after the loss? Was she upset? Like trying to figure out what happened from that loss and injury to then her basically throwing the commissioner under the bus.
Yeah.
As a problem.
And I think it's such a big topic. I think Clark said it too this week. Our league the WNBA league is in the times that whatever decision they make right now regarding the league, what do you call that? The players...
the collective bargaining.
The collective bargaining. These are decisions that could impact the next 5-10 years for the growth of this league, and stuff like that. So I think this is such an important turning point, either positive or negative, but everybody knows, the player, the owner knows that this is a big time for the league, So I think with that being said, there's also a lot of new people that are investing in the WNBA right now, thinking that, it's early. This is like, they see Caitlyn as like the Michael Jordan, There's obviously greats before, like the Wilt, Bill Russell, And then suddenly, now there's this Caitlyn that's like changing.
Yeah.
Even when she's injured, still making impact. Her card's still selling at crazy numbers, Supers. I think 3 of her supers are like between 200,000 to 300,000. And then when the royalty came out from Panini's, the one-of-one logos were like 500,000 to 600 to 700,000. Those are big numbers. Yeah. And imagine if she was even healthy and then playing in the playoff.
She was in that run. Could she with Caitlyn? Could
exactly.
They the ace? So, and I think that's going to keep her momentum going. Because it's like, imagine them with her.
Yeah.
With Sophie,
And Mitchell next year, that's like very exciting.
I don't know I don't think I've heard any reports on Mitchell, like what happened to her.
So I think the diagnosis was rhabdomyolysis.
Oh, the outlook should be good. She just needs to recover.
Yeah.
Intravenous. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you just learned something about rhabdomyolysis.
Yes. Well, so it could be something serious.
Yeah.
But I think she could fully recover for next season,
Yeah, so that would be a strong team.
Yeah. And I think with Caitlyn being injured too, she kind of figured out, she could carry the team.
Yeah.
And I think it's just an addition when Caitlin comes back, and they need to kind of know when to step up, you know, and when the other one needs to step up. And don't forget, Boston is there too, you know.
Yeah.
So I think the coaching staff next year and those three will kind of take a leap and see where they go.
Yeah. So I think fans should be excited for the Fever future.
Yeah, and they're
Um,
young, and there's three people there that you could
but
actually
then
invest in.
here's the question though:
Mhm.
is she going to be one to be paid as the top player though? You know, and that
Well, kind of like the
always
Liberty. They have three top players that's kind of getting paid the same amount. So when Brianna came and John Cole came, it's kind of like known that all three would probably take a little less
mhm,
than
than the
the
max.
max, and with that, so they could fit all three players. So and a decent sub too. So and I think the bench for the Liberty is one of the best.
S-
Um, let's see next year. Obviously, everybody's like a free agent. I was just looking at the free agent list. Everybody's basically a free agent.
Yeah.
Brianna, Sabrina, and John Cole are all, only two players are signed for next year for the Liberty. So investment, it's like so important to invest for next year. Who will leave? Can Kelsey, kind of like Mitchell? It's like, oh, I could play next to Caitlin. That type of thing.
They have to figure
She
that
is a
out.
free agent too. So, I mean, it's going to be exciting times for the league. So, with people that are trying to get in it, I think it's a great time to kind of invest
And that's why the collective bargaining is
in.
going to be
Yeah.
important. And seems like, Collier, there's always a conflict, right? The WNBA is not the only league that's, hit a lockout.
hmm
The NBA has, you remember the 2011 lockout.
Well, that's one thing they can't afford, the players and the league.
Agreed.
That's one thing they can't afford. You don't want to stop this momentum. The momentum is great, and
Yeah.
you can like, oh, we can't play 1 year. That's just bad. It's just bad optic, in my opinion. But I also know that both side ownership and the players have serious questions. And I think the players bringing up officiating are huge because I think the league's officiating is one of the worst. What do I always scream at the game, Stefan?
Ref, you suck.
Okay.
Ref.
Yes, I do. Okay, just don't ban me, but and I sit right behind them. So no, because I think it's really they need to step up. The league need to hire refs that could, if you want to put a good product out, you gotta put good refs out there. I think that's important.
But it's a tough league to officiate. I think with Thomas, At. I think she's a tough player too. It's like
Yes.
officiating,
It's like
refing
officiating Shaq.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
That was,
Yeah.
and you had to learn, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think these are all the growing pains that they're going through. And it's we're just living in a different world, and
Yeah.
just everything is on social media. And when players can come out and divulge private conversations, or what owners thought,
Yeah,
or
that's
what
really
was
tough.
private
Yeah.
conversations that they
Mm-hmm.
were having, I feel like
Yeah.
there's a violation there in some
Yeah.
sense.
Both sides. I think, because the
You
commissioner is
know.
probably thinking she's talking privately with Nafisa.
Yeah.
But Nafisa is obviously feel like it wasn't the right thing to say,
Right.
and
Like, we're not
yeah.
friends, so you
Yeah.
really as a boss can't say stuff that
Yeah.
you don't want repeated because you're
Yeah.
not friends,
I
and there's no
understand that part.
confidential agreement
Mm-hmm.
in terms of your conversation. You're not her lawyer or anything like that. That these conversations are confidential. So she should be more respectful when she's talking to Collier than what it sounded like she was saying, about Caitlyn in terms of you guys should be thanking your lucky stars.
Well,
That sounds ungrateful. You can't be ungrateful.
it's kind of like remind me a little of a person, a boss bragging about their power, that type of thing. Doesn't mean it's
I
good.
know, but
it's-
she's like the boss of
yes,
bosses.
yes.
Like, she represents all the owners.
Yes, I understand.
You should have a little more decorum than that. in
But
terms of how you're speaking to the player. And I think you're talking down to players when you say that. And I would be in her corner in terms of she's not respecting. I think Collier went to the media because she didn't feel like she was being respected. And is
okay.
like, this is how I'm being treated in what should be a negotiation and two people coming together for a common goal, which should be the good of the league.
Yeah, and I think they're both in agreement that it needs to be, they need to put the league above their own egos. That's what I'm hoping, as leadership for um the league, and also as a leader as for the players union.
Yeah.
They need to put the league above themselves. So I don't know what will be achieved, but as an investor, as an outside fan watching, I know we said no, it's definitely a good time to invest. I know
Yeah.
with some negatives, with some, but I think we both don't want to deny that the league is growing. It's not just WNBA, but other women's sports too. Um, I think in the next 10 years, 5 years, it's gonna change. So with that said, who are some of the players that you would invest in for WNBA? Obvious, Caitlin. Paige. Those are the two young and popular name when we sell cards in the card shows right now.
Yeah. I think we've been
But
selling
what
more.
are your sleepers, basically?
I don't have any. I don't know. I think Asia is underpriced. Compare her rookie to Brianna's rookie. She could be
Possibly.
going 3-time champ, another MVP.
4 MVPs already.
I know. So I think
Mhm.
in terms of, the face of the league,
Mhm.
Asia could really set herself apart
No, definitely. That I
with
like
another
that. Yeah.
championship.
Mhm.
I don't know. In the beginning, I picked Phoenix before the series started. I'm going to stick with Phoenix, but I'm going to give
Asia or the
Vegas experience just a little more over that coach,
Mhm.
because right now I think he's running AT into the ground.
Yep.
In game one,
Well, it's good
seemed
that
like
you
there
brought
was
that
a
up.
panic.
I
Yep.
actually think it depends on who's healthy in a
Yeah.
game 7. This is the first time the WNBA will go to a game 7.
Yeah.
And I think that's big, So they're actually playing right. With that said, okay, so those are your sleepers.
Yeah. So yeah, I think in terms of just the playoffs and just the coaching experience, I give Las Vegas an edge. Even though I'm
not
rooting for
talking about
Phoenix. I'm rooting for Phoenix.
I'm not talking about who's gonna win.
So
I'm talking about
if,
investment
no.
wise.
But if you think Las Vegas is gonna win, it's a good investment.
Okay, so with that said, see, that's why I decide on who to buy, because I understand Alyssa Thomas, but she's also past 30. Bonner is like one of the oldest player in the league.
Oh God, don't
So
get me
to
started with
me,
Bonner.
the Mercury, the people that are worth investing in the Mercury is obviously Sabalee one,
Yes.
and Kalia Cooper.
Copper. Yes.
So
Copper.
Yes. So to me, those are the two, people that could be good investment. But you also,
I don't know.
well, that's why we debate. But,
Yeah, but they're not the standout. If AT is not there, are they going to be the star? Because she's taking a lot of the spotlight from that.
well, she's
from
like the
that team.
Joker, or who.
I
should we say
equate her to
LeBron?
Draymond Green.
Draymond Green,
Like,
yeah.
just, in his early days, not
so
his
would you
later,
not count
old Draymond.
Kawhi? Would you not count Curry and Klay Thompson, because he's Draymond? You said so. That means Sabalee and
I said
Copper.
Draymond in the beginning.
No.
Like,
So if she is Draymond,
yes.
who sells in sports card with the Golden State? Please tell me. Is it Draymond?
No.
Okay. So when I say the card market,
But they're not
who will
shooting from. They're just doing normal stuff. Curry is a different beast.
So
Clay doesn't even count in this analysis of who to buy.
So that's why I said they might not be the players to buy. But I'm trying to go with the team you said that are in the playoffs.
Vegas could be a dominant dynasty team that
They are already in the dynasty.
Where same thing like the Warriors,
Mm-hmm.
and every player will sell. So even if they take a 15% bump, every player part of a dynasty is recognized as part of the dynasty. So that's why they sell.
Well, Curry sells.
Curry sells.
Clay didn't sell.
because
Draymond didn't sell.
Curry
Iguodala didn't
obviously-
sell. So no, that
obviously
statement
not
doesn't work
Iguodala.
in dynasty.
Obviously not Iguodala because he was
Well,
just
he
a
won the
big
finals
role
MVP.
player, right?
Yes,
That's like saying Steve Kerr don't sell, but
doesn't sell.
he doesn't sell. It's the same thing. There's
So that's
always
why-
that player.
So my argument is, even if they win, doesn't mean that team will sell.
It
So
will
that,
take
so
an
to me,
increase.
in my opinion, that's her opinion. She thinks you need to buy Alyssa Thomas. I don't
did
think you
not
need to
say
buy
that. I
Alyssa
said,
Thomas.
no, don't buy. I don't think Alyssa. I did not say that.
Okay.
I said you could buy Vegas players. And I back to
Asia Wilson.
Thank
only.
you.
Okay, so those are not my sleeper. Whoever wins this playoff, to me, is not going to make an impact in the hobby world. I don't think Jackie Young or Chelsea Gray,
agreed.
or there is a rookie. I think there is a rookie with Mercury that might sell. I forgot her name. So okay, but to me, I think the newer generation, next year's draft pick, are safe investment.
Are you talking about Whitcomb?
No, Whitcomb is very old.
Oh, okay.
Chevy, no.
Okay, I don't know who.
Okay, she didn't watch the last game, people. So she slept
wait.
because
I did. I rewatched the last game. Are you kidding me?
Okay. With that said, I think the newer generation, kind of like Sarah Strong, Watkins, and whoever comes out the next 2 years draft, I think are gonna continue what Caitlin and Paige did, and I think those are the people that are worth investing right now. Obviously,
So are you buying their collegiate?
buying some, yes, to a point until they get their first license. We don't know what's the status of Panini. Are they gonna keep having WNBA next year, or Fanatic's gonna have them? So we'll see. With that said, now let's segue to. Oh, with that said, we also have the WNBA and eBay collaboration with BlackJadedWolf for consignment. It started, so send in your questions, and if you want to run any
Send in your questions or your cards.
questions first, if you want to know the rate, and then we'll go from there. Okay, and then now let's segue into the second topic.
NBA preseason started.
Okay, so you take that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we are at NBA. Okay,
All right.
talk about it.
So a lot of exciting stuff with sports, right? WNBA Finals happening, NFL
Season.
week 5.
Mhm.
We're in week 5, and
Yep.
now the start of NBA preseason.
Preseason.
Very
Mhm.
exciting. Very exciting.
Mhm.
Exciting to see Bronny James out there. Really, there's so much hype around him that I can't even watch the Lakers without LeBron. But anyway, what are you excited for related to NBA starting?
I like NBA. It's I love watching football. It's my favorite thing to watch. But NBA is really where I like players. I like the league. And it's probably the most collectible sports around the world, in my opinion. So with that said, who are the players I'm excited about? I'm a Luka fan. I'm always excited about Luka.
Yeah.
With cut up Luka.
I know. Even the announcers, they're like, oh, there's a big hubbub going on in the stands. It's like, oh, LeBron and Luka must be coming out, and even the announcers is like, oh, I want to see lean Luka.
Exactly. So because of that, the lean Luka has kind of for the past month already has driven the hobby a little about getting some Luka collectors excited again. I think the last few shows I had, people are asking for Luka, but obviously the big names, obviously sells is like Jordan. Every show we go to, people want Jordan on card autograph, Kobe on card autograph, and the picking up also is LeBron on card autographs. But now I like the season getting started because now it's prospecting time again.
Mm-hmm.
Who could be the next Shea like last year? Shea was like one of the predicted, rising star for next year, possibly MVP, and he fulfilled it. He
Mm-hmm.
was my guy to kind of like, okay, he will take the big leap this year. And guess what? What are the odds that you could predict or guess right that your guy that you invested in would be the MVP of the finals, win the
Regular
finals,
season.
and win the league regular season MVP? That's like great, but
Mhm.
not every year is going to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
So this year is going to be like, is OKC going to be the next dynasty?
Mm-hmm. That's the
That's the
question.
next question.
Yep.
Is Shea going to hold on to the crown, or Ant-Man going to take a leap? That type of question. So, or Luca and the Lakers, with
Yeah.
LeBron. Now, is this Luca's team or LeBron team? There's going to be like a dynamic pulling back and forth whose team it is,
It's Luca's team. There's no question.
Okay, so that's one thing I think we could talk about. In the Knicks, obviously, I think they
It's the
improved a
Knicks.
lot.
Oh.
The bench improved. They got Jordan Clarkson. They improved, obviously.
Yeah. New coach, new energy.
And Durant with a new team again with the Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they did get bad news with Van Fleet possibly out for the year,
Yep.
and that's huge. Because
Mm-hmm.
he kind of drives the team who gets the ball and stuff like that.
Yep, he's your vet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the NBA preseason because it gives me a look at the rookies,
Mm-hmm.
who potentially the teams are keeping.
Yeah.
I got to see Philly. I got to see Edgecombe a little. I kind of like Edgecombe.
Okay.
He's
I don't like
hops.
Philly just because of
I
Embiid.
know, but he'll bring some excitement. Maxey was out there playing. They got a couple of rookies. They got an OTE rookie out there.
I was excited with Philly, and then Jared McCann. McCann with McCann's injury. That's a setback for the team again. And I don't know how healthy is Embiid. Maxey's coming back from injury too, but I think he's back.
Yeah,
and he played last game. So, with that said, Sixers are obviously always a contender with Embiid there, but I'm not sure it's they're not in my top 5 to look at this year. Like, pay attention to.
But I think still I want to look at the rookies because rookies, their potential is 2 to 3 years from now. So it's like who.
Well, the rookies to talk about is obviously Cooper Flag.
I
with
can't
Dallas.
wait to see.
See
him in action.
My problem with, I think if healthy, Kyrie's healthy, obviously Davis is healthy with Cooper Flag, they're a playoff contending team, because they have a great bench, they're young. So my thing is, there's a lot of questions with who are they healthy? Are they going to be healthy enough to last the 82 regular season game and then the playoffs? Yeah.
But in terms of rookies who we were buying, I think Cooper Flag, his Bowman U, we were buying. So with that said, in terms of products coming out, what are you buying right now?
I'm also excited about Dylan Harper. The Spurs. Obviously so young, so many super talent in there. With Fox. And obviously last year's rookie Castle, who won Rookie of the Year. There's a lot of players. I mean, that team is going to be exciting, but I don't think Popovich is coming back to coach this year. So that's to me, that's a hit. He's going to be doing more like a front office type of thing. With that said, it's a lot of excitement for the league, because now, Curry, Durant, and LeBron are on their way out. And to me, the younger guys, are going to step up and take the reign. Is it Shea who's going to be the next dynasty? Luca, I think, is he going to have like a crazy stat line this year? Is he finally like going to put up an MVP season? So those are exciting. But with that said, and it's also exciting news for the hobbyists, Taps is finally getting their license back. They already previewed some product, with there's a product. I'm not sure of the name. They haven't released it yet, but it looks like Flawless, basically. with Cooper flag, and obviously with inscriptions. We know Tops is gonna like
So is
go
Wemby
full
now
on.
gonna have his like first official?
So I don't know. They haven't put that
Oh,
up. Most of the pictures are about Cooper.
okay.
So it's gonna be exciting. I don't know if what Panini's gonna do, because there are some of my favorite product in Panini, like National Treasure,
Hmm.
Flawless. That's not, are they gonna be produced or not? We don't know. There's a lot of question, but there's also a lot of excitement about Tops getting licenses back, and that's exciting. I hope Fanatics do the right thing and kind of put a good product out there, but a product that's also fair for the consumers.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's. I
It's
mean,
important.
with them putting logo mans in there, it's going to be a
Yeah.
product that's in high demand, kind of like Panini One and One, and
Yeah. And they're going to
uh,
create kind of like, the last couple of years, the hype was about the debut patches. Are they going to have that like rookie patches for NBA also?
hmm
They haven't released the news on that yet, but I think they will. So that'll be fun.
right. And
Uh,
what is it going to say? Event worn or not from a that?
yeah,
That's
that's
I
that's
mean,
big. Yeah. We don't know, but for some reason, Panini, this year's product, have a lot of like event worn and also like specifics game too, what they were like finals stuff.
hmm
So hopefully Tops does some of those too. I think that's important.
yeah. I think for as a collector, that's what they
Hmm.
want to see.
Hmm.
Collectors want to see that back again.
Yeah. So with that said, who are your top three guys to buy this year going into the season? Not rookies. Not rookies. You could mix it. Who your guy is.
I don't know if I make that decision this early. Like me personally, I have to see the layout.
We're going to a show
Like
next in 2 weeks. What are you
like
gonna do?
I don't know. I'm gonna wait. Why can't I? Okay, I can wait.
That's too close.
I don't
Investment is
know.
a little. You have like 1 week now to buy before the season start. Well, we should have invested 3 months ago, but
Yeah, I think.
see, you need to take gambles before that, people.
But
Too
I
late.
don't
So
want to
these are the
gamble.
type of
I don't
people I
want to
sell
gamble
to.
because I don't want to gamble. I want to like make a fair analysis of the league and see what they look like out there,
Mhm.
what the team looks like, and the dynamic, and
Okay.
how all these new coaches are going to coach. What
Okay.
is Mike Brown going to do for the Knicks? Because they look like the same Knicks to me.
So with
Just
that
Brunson
said,
running
though,
around with his head cut off.
so there's two-way investing. Obviously, you want to invest before all her analysis. You want to invest really like 3-4 months ahead.
There's time.
There's no time, but
There's time.
okay. Well, she said there's time, but she also don't buy that much. I do.
Yeah.
Okay. With that said, my guy, I think my problem is I like Ant-Man, but my problem with Ant-Man is I don't know who is the Robin in that team. Is it really Julius
Because
Randle?
the
Is it really Julius Randle? There's
mm,
Dillingham. There's this year's rookie. I forgot his name, but there are young pieces. But are those guys is the Robin going to be internal or going to be a free agent they have to get basically, or is it Julius Randle already that's there? We don't know. So, but all I'm saying is for me to invest a little heavier in Ant-Man, he needs to find people with him. Because to me, this team
he needs a
could be
two
a
and a
contender.
three. Yeah.
Yes, they could be a contender, but I'm not sure they're a finals, kind of like Shea last year. I'm confident that they could get back to the finals last year, obviously. I don't know if they'll win. And especially this year, I think it's wide open because Celtics don't have Tatum.
All right.
And to me, Celtics
The
is the
East is
East.
weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is Kate Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons going to take the next level? I'm excited
They're
with
gonna
that.
finish top three or something.
Exactly. So it's a lot of excitement. So to me, Kate Cunningham is my other guy that I
Okay.
want to invest on. It's a little cheaper. And the third guy is obviously I don't have to say Luca, so I wouldn't even name him, but Amen Thompson. I think with Rockets getting rid of Jalen Green, it opens up a spot for Amen. And with that said, I think that's the reason why they kind of got rid of Jalen because they kind of trust that maybe Amen could step in. So those are three guys that you could kind of see the market's already trending upward on those guys, but not to the level of like
Right.
the top guys yet. So there's
So there's
time.
time. Thank you. This is my point.
Yeah.
There is time. So in terms of, what I look at right now, like especially preseason, like to me, it's the bench. Like the Lakers' biggest issue is that they had no depth.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, we look at Shea
Mm-hmm.
as the main guy, but really it's Caruso coming off the bench.
Yep.
I think bench play, especially in such a long season,
Mm-hmm.
is huge. When you go to that, this is the Knicks problem.
Mm-hmm.
They never
Yeah.
they never had a bench.
But they did now this year. That's one thing they did this year that's not the same as last year.
Yeah.
They solidify some of their bench players, but also but it's not just the bench. They had some of the bench players, but Thibodeau never really played bench. He's not a bench
Right.
player. He doesn't play bench. So let's hope that Mike Brown relies a little bit on the bench a little bit more. So when we get to the playoff, my fear with the Knicks is like they might never last to the next round because they play 45 minutes each,
Mhm.
And Jalen Brunson is a small guy. He's tough, he's strong, but he's a
Yep.
small guy. He's
a
gonna get
bulk.
this hard screen,
Mhm.
If he gets to the finals and have to face a Draymond or like a big enforcing guy, it's like, is he gonna really last? I'm not sure. So I think, they have to solidify the bench, and I think they did that. But is Cat, I don't know what Cat is, he's a little
Still jacking up those threes out there.
yeah.
You know.
And I thought they need a better center too, which I think they stay stagnant.
And I think that's one of the big changes in the league is that they're actually focused back on centers rather
Yeah.
than small ball. It seems like they're returning to
Well, they're spreading the floor. You realize that's the
center.
foundation. It's like what was missing last year with the Lakers? A center that could actually be there. And who did they sign? I mean, there's not a lot of great center in the leagues because it's not focused anymore.
Yeah.
So Aiton, Aiton is kind of like an old school center.
Yep, you can actually throw the ball down.
Yes, and he has moves,
Yeah.
So they signed the center, and they still kept Jackson Hayes, which is good.
Yeah.
But he's coming off the bench like a backup. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I was hoping they trade for like a Lively. I like Lively, I like even Gafford,
Yeah.
I think those are the perfect type of center for LeBron and Luka.
Yeah.
But, but I think they did improve a little. So I think they'll make more improvement during the season.
Yeah.
And
so I just need time to look at that.
Okay, that's fine. So your investment is pending.
Investment is pending.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that said, so this is kind of like how the segue is gonna be. Hopefully by next episode we're gonna be having special guests. And we'll go from there. I'm excited.
I think you forgot to add. What do you have coming up?
We have two exciting events coming up, one in November, one in October. One is a collaboration with baseball and eBay. It's going to be on October 24th. So it's one day after my birthday. And it'll be like a viewing event for the first game in the World Series. And we'll be showcasing some of the highlights, and there's other vendors too, but it'll be open to the public, and more info will be posted in our social, and that's it. And the second one is gonna be in Jackie Robinson Foundation, downtown New York, and it's gonna be on November 12th. So I'm very excited about those two things. So, and there's gonna be always shows too. Chantilly's coming up next week. You want to say hi? Come by the booth. Me and Siobhan's gonna be there. And if you have any question or things you want to tell us about the podcast, let us know. We're open to listening, right?
Yep.
And that's it.
That's how we learn. That's how we get
Yeah.
better.
That's for episode 2. Thank you.
If you like this episode, please make sure to subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.